that you've attached all your squares using the markers like this, we are going to join them all together. So this is the front of my work. These are the corner pieces. We are going to set them aside for now. I want you to grab your project and turn it upside down so the back of every square is facing you. And then we are going to fold it like this. This is where the Kindle goes in, and these top squares act like the lid, which we close like this, and you can hold it in place using a button or a piece of ribbon, anything that you like really. We're going to start the joining along these lines first. This is the starting point, and after we finish the first joining, we are going to leave a tail about 30 centimeters before we cut the yarn. Go ahead and thread your needle with about 60 centimeters of yarn. Make sure the back of your work is facing you. Here's the starting point. I'm going to fold it like this, so the front of the squares are facing one another. And we are going to start the joining from these corners. I'm going to remove my marker. As you can see, in every stitch we have the front loops and the back loops. So for example, this is a back loop, this is a back loop, and in this square, these are the back loops. When we are joining the squares, the needle only goes through the back loops. And this right here is a slip stitch. When we join the squares, we work through this stitch before that, and this stitch after the slip stitch. In the corner of my green square, I have 2 chains. In this corner, we also have 2 chains. We are going to choose the chains closer to this side. Insert your needle in the back loop of this chain, in the pink square, and in the back loop of the aligning chain in the green one, and pull through. Now that we joined one chain in every corner, we are going to work the stitches. So insert your needle in the back loop of the first stitch, right after the first chain in the green square, and in the back loop of the first stitch in the aligning pink square. These are the stitches that are right in front of one another. And now we continue on with the next stitches. So the back loop of the pink one, and the back loop of the green one. And we are going to repeat this until the squares are joined. When we reach the slip stitches along the way, we are always going to ignore them they don't count. So this is the slip stitch. I'm going to ignore it and join the stitch right after it. So now I insert my needle in the back loop of the next green stitch, ignore the slip stitch and go into the back loop of the pink stitch right after that one. Whenever you reach a place when 4 of the squares are joined, this is how we handle it. So I'm going to remove my marker and join the last stitches in my pink and green squares. Then insert my needle in the back loop of the first chain in the pink square. So we have the side stitches and the upper stitches. We'll be working the upper stitches, so the chain that's closer to the upper side. And in the back loop of the aligning chain here. And then we move on to join the next 2 squares. So in this corner I have 2 chains, one is closer to the side and one is on the upper side. Insert your needle in the back loop of the chain on the upper side and in the back loop of the chain on the upper side of the violet square, and pull through. So you want to really pull to close any distance between the 4 squares and make sure it's super tight. And then we move on to the next stitches. Let's see how it looks on the front side. When I pull on this thread really tight, the joining becomes invisible and it's super neat. And now we continue joining the squares until we reach here. Then we leave 30 centimeters and cut the yarn and move on to the next lines. This is how it looks like after you finish your first line. And now I have to get started on these 2 lines. When you finish the first part of joining and join all of these parts, we are going to get started on the next part, which is joining these lines. But before we continue, make sure that all your corner pieces are inside out. So this is the outside of my work. I'm going to turn it inside out and place it over here and repeat that for the other corner. The second part of joining starts with joining all the squares along this line, and when you finish, leave a tail of about 30 centimeters. After you complete the first step, which was joining all the squares along this line, fold your Kindle sleeve in this way. And now we use this tail to join these squares together. It's exactly how we did it before, so I have 2 chains in this corner. I'm going to insert my hook in the back loop of the one on the upper side and in the back loop of the chain on the upper side of the next square. And I'm going to pull very tight and then move on to the next stitches and join them. We move in a circle when we reach this part. Insert your needle in the back loop of this green chain, then in the back loop of the aligning chain in the purple square. Go into the other chain in the purple corner, and then we have 2 chains here. Go into the back loop of the right one. Now in the back loop of the left one, we have 2 chains here. We used one of them, so go into the back loop of the one we didn't use. Pull tight to make sure those squares are as close together as possible, and to secure it even more, go into one of the back loops of the green chains. Now let's move in this direction and join these squares. You could go through the chains one more time. And then join the stitches. Now that you've reached this spot, we are going to join this corner to these squares. It fits like this. We have 2 chains in this part of the corner. One of them belongs to this one, and one of them belongs to the one in the bottom. Go ahead and work your needle in the back loop of the first chain in this blue corner, and the back loop of the aligning chain in the purple one. Now go through the other chain in this corner, and then the back loop of the chain on the left side, this one. Go through the back loop of the next chain in the pink corner, and now we are going to attach it to the square in the bottom. Here we have also 2 chains, so go through the back loop of the one in the left. And in the back loop of the one on the right. And then we go through the back loop of the chain we didn't use in the blue square and pull really tight. Turn your work. We are going to join the squares along this line. We already used the chains, so go ahead and join the aligning stitches. Work your way up to here and then turn your work and attach these 2 squares. Now that you finished this part, we are going to use this tail over here to join these two squares and also the corner. It fits like this. In this side of the square, we have one chain here, 9 stitches and one chain. In one side of the corner, we also have 9 stitches in the middle and one chain in each side. Align them together, one chain from this corner to one chain from this corner, then 9 stitches and one chain from each corner. Join them all together. The same goes for the back, so 9 stitches and one chain on each side will be attached to 9 stitches and one chain on each side of the back square, the pink one. We need a new piece of yarn to join this corner to these 4 squares, and this part of the corner is attached to both the front and the back purple square. And then what's left is to start from here, go all the way and to the front, join these 3 squares together and then go down. This will be the final joining, so we start from here, go to this part, then turn your work, join the 3 squares and go down. We are almost done with the Kindle cover. This is how the back and the front look after you're done with the joining. It fits my Kindle perfectly. In this yellow daisy square, we have 3 half double crochets in the middle over here. I want you to mark the first one from the right side. Now let's mark the same stitch on the left daisy square, the first half double crochet from the left side. In this blue square, we have 3 double crochets in the middle, 1, 2, and 3. After that, we have our first treble crochet of 3. Insert your hook in the stitch at the top of the first treble crochet and pull up a loop. Chain 1 and insert 1 single crochet in the same stitch. 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. When you get to the corner, insert your hook in the chain at the top over here and pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops on your hook. Now move on to the next square. We use this chain to join it. There is 1 free chain at the top, so go in there and pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull through them all. 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and then 1 half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. The second one goes in the stitch we marked. Insert 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitch. Now let's make a double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitch. It's super easy. Go into the next stitch and Do a double crochet but don't finish, and stop when you have 2 loops on your hook. 1 double crochet in the next stitch, but don't finish the double crochet. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through them all. Now yarn over twice. We are going to make a triple crochet, go into this corner, and in this corner, yarn over, pull through, and finish your triple crochet. In the next 2 stitches, we want to do another double crochet decrease, so go into the first stitch, but don't finish your double crochet. When you have 2 loops on your hook, stop, go into the next one and make an unfinished double crochet. When you have 3 loops on your hook, pull through them all. Insert 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then we have 1/2 double crochet in the following 2. The first one goes in the marked stitch. This is how it looks so far. From now on, we want to do 1 single crochet into every stitch, but when we get to the corners, we want to do a decrease. So I got to this corner, go into the first chain, pull up a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook. Now go into the upper chain on the next square and pull up a loop, so you have 3 loops on your hook, and pull through them all. Now go ahead and work 1 single crochet into every stitch until you reach the place where the corners meet. Then we want to do a decrease. So I got to this place and I want to do a decrease. Go into the first chain and pull up a loop. Go into the chain on the other square and pull up a loop. And then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. This is a decrease. And now we continue with every single crochet in every stitch until we reach here. When we get to this part, we want to do 2 single crochets in this chain space. And then continue with 1 single crochet into every stitch. You can now try it on your Kindle. I hope it's a perfect fit. I'm going to sew a button over here, and it works really well because this chain space at the top of the lid could act like a buttonhole.